You know, in our crazy, fast-paced world, there's a really simple, almost ancient tool that can make a huge difference in finding some clarity. And that's what we're talking about today, journaling. It might sound simple, but it's one of the most powerful ways to cut through all the noise.
So, let me ask you this. Does your brain ever feel like a web browser with like 100 tabs open at once? You're trying to do one thing, but you've got to-do lists, worries, random thoughts all competing for your attention. It's just exhausting, right?
Well, the great news is there is a way to start closing some of those tabs. There's a way to find that clear signal in all the static. And that way, well, it's journaling.
But before we get into the solution, I think it's really important we understand the problem. Why do so many of us feel this way? It really all starts with the state of our modern and often very overwhelmed minds.
And you know, there's actually some science to back up that feeling of being overwhelmed. Our minds are always on. But what's wild is that a huge chunk of that mental energy gets spent on thoughts that are repetitive, unproductive, and sometimes even negative. They just kind of spiral around, causing stress, but never really solving anything.
So how do we get that energy back? How do we point it in a better direction? Well, that brings us to a really simple path forward. And the best part, it doesn't cost anything, and you don't need any special gear.
At its heart, this is all journaling, really is. It's just this simple act of taking all that chaos swirling around in your head and giving it some shape on a page. Think of it like having a conversation with the one person who knows you best, yourself.
So what makes it such an amazing tool? Well, for starters, there's literally no barrier to entry. It's free. Plus, it's completely 100% private. It's a space just for you, where you can be totally honest without ever worrying about being judged. It's just a simple, powerful way to clear out that mental clutter and grow as a person. And hey, this isn't just some feel-good, fluffy idea. There's actually some really solid science that shows just how effective it can be. So let's take a look at the proof behind the practice. And get this, you don't have to write for hours on end, not at all. Studies have shown that just 15 minutes, seriously, just 15 minutes of writing a day is enough to have a significant, measurable impact on your mental well-being. So what kind of impact are we talking about? Well, a major analysis of a bunch of studies found that journaling can lead to a real, tangible 9% drop in anxiety symptoms. And the reason it works is pretty cool. When you write your thoughts down, you're literally taking them out of your head. You're externalizing them, which frees up so much mental space. And the benefits go even deeper. That same body of research also showed a 6% decrease in symptoms of post-traumatic stress disorder. That just goes to show you how powerful journaling can be as a tool for processing really tough experiences. And when you kind of zoom out and look at the big picture, these studies found a consistent 5% improvement across all sorts of mental health measures. It's just clear, scientific proof that this simple habit has a real positive effect on how we feel. Okay, so you're probably sold on the why by now, but what about the what? What do you actually write? The awesome thing about journaling is that it's not one size fits all. You can totally find a style that's perfect for you. Let's look at 3 really popular ones. If you're just looking to bring more positivity into your life, gratitude journaling is fantastic. Just jotting down a few things you're thankful for can completely change your mood. If you want to get organized but also be more mindful, the bullet journal method is amazing for blending productivity with self-awareness. And if you're really looking for deep personal growth, reflection journaling is where you analyze your experiences to find patterns and make better decisions moving forward. All right, this all sounds great, right? But the most critical part is actually turning this idea into action. So let's break down exactly how you can start this habit literally today with 0 friction. I promise you, it really is this easy. First, just pick a tool, a simple notebook and a pen, or even the Notes app on your phone. Done. Second, pick a time and stick to it. Maybe right when you wake up or right before you go to bed. And third, and this is the most important rule of all, just write freely. No judgment, no censoring. This space is for you. Oh, and for those of you who are going to go the digital route, here's a little pro tip that is a total game changer. Put your phone or tablet on airplane mode. The digital world is designed to distract you. This one little trick creates a bubble of focus and makes sure your journaling time is truly yours. Okay, let's talk about the long game for a second, because the real magic of journaling isn't what happens after one day. It's what happens over months and even years. There's this incredible idea called the compound effect. It's a principle that tiny, consistent actions, the kind that feel almost insignificant day to day, build unbelievable momentum over time.
And journaling is a perfect example of this in action.
I mean, just think about it. Writing half a page today, it might not feel like much, but do that every day for a year, you've just written a 365-page book about your own life. That daily practice is what compounds into real, lasting change, better focus, less stress, and a much, much deeper connection with who you really are.
So I'll leave you with this one simple question. Don't worry about tomorrow or next week. Right now, what is the one thought, the one feeling, or the one idea that's bouncing around in your head that you could just put down on paper? That's it. That's where it all begins.